Amanda's organized this morning.
What? What?
I said you're organized this morning.
I'm mostly organized.
Inika Cosmetics is brand new to Canada. They launched in Canada last year in 2018, but it has been around since 2006. It's a brand from Sydney, Australia that we've both been aware of for quite a while. And today in our video, we are going to be talking about our thoughts on the products. We're gonna review a couple items and tell you what our favorites were and what some of the products that we didn't like so much.
How I initially got introduced to Inika or Inika, we're not really sure. Inika, maybe tomato. I went to the launch party. It was a beautiful dinner in a really nice hotel downtown Vancouver, and they had all of the products set out for us to try, and that was my initial introduction to the brand. And as we mentioned, I had been aware of it for a very long time. We followed a makeup artist based out of Sydney who was using Inika for quite a few years. So yeah, we met the owner of the company and how the company came to be. And actually a few of the products are made in Canada, which is amazing, even though it's from Sydney, Australia. And we're just really excited to share some of these products with you because they do perform really well. There's a couple things that could use a little bit of work, but that's within every line, I think. What about you?
Yeah, well, I'd been aware of the brand mostly on Instagram, but when I was in Bali 2 years ago, I met Emily Banks of Depths of Beauty, and she was like, you have to try this brand. So when I got home, we did some back and forth emails, and then I actually, after the event that you went to, I met the owners in New York at Indie Beauty Expo. So last year was kind of a big introduction to the brand for us, and yeah.
And we got our hands on some
stuff. So let's jump into the products. The first thing that I wanted to say about the products is the packaging is really beautiful. It looks very high quality. It's really sturdy. From my experience, it's worked well. The pumps have always been really nice. You don't get too much product that comes out of the pumps. So overall, super impressed with the packaging. Not as eco-friendly as some of the products that we carry or sustainable, but as far as quality goes, high quality packaging. And this product in particular is actually one of our favorites. It's the Organic Pure Primer with hyaluronic acid. And we were both really impressed with this primer.
I mean, we talk about hyaluronic acid all the time. So when we discovered this primer, when we started using it and using it on our own skin, you can immediately feel a difference. And as a professional makeup artist, you really want to be able to create a nice smooth canvas when you're doing a makeup for a client or even yourself. And we just found that this did provide that nice smooth canvas while hydrating the skin, and then the foundation actually went over top beautifully. You can even put this on your skin on its own if you're not going to wear any makeup, just to boost that hydration factor and give it that smooth kind of feeling.
One thing I wanted to mention is this doesn't have a silicone in it, so it's not going to give you that kind of like silky silicone feeling that you get from like the Smashbox primers and that kind of thing. It's a little bit different. It's more hydrating and light, I find. So you're not going to get that. It's not going to clog your pores. It's just a really smooth, hydrating, beautiful makeup primer. The next product we both really loved was the Inika Organic Foundation. This is the liquid foundation. I'm totally obsessed with this foundation. It's a pretty unique formula. It's super, super light, but it just adheres to the skin really nicely, and it doesn't look like you're wearing foundation at all. And for me, I just like a foundation that covers some of my redness, evens out my skin tone, and that's exactly what this does. It's a beautiful product. I would use this in my kit probably all the time. Oh yeah,
yeah. For me too. I love this foundation as well. I'm not a big foundation wearer. There's my little secret. But what I do when I wear this is I do a little half pump of this foundation with a half pump of our Graydon Glow, which we've talked about before. And it just gives this beautiful finish to the skin. I don't feel makeup-y or like I need to run home and scrub my face after a long day. I actually feel like my skin is a little more protected from the environmental elements, the sun and all that good stuff. So I would 100% recommend trying the liquid foundation from Inika.
Yeah, and something that I also wanted wanted to add, for those of you out there with different skin types, I would say the best person, or the person who would appreciate this product the most, would probably be someone with an oilier skin type. I find that it is more on, I don't want to say matte because it's not completely matte, but it's more on the mattifying side than like an oily, dewy finish.
Yeah.
So someone with oily skin, I think, would really like this product.
This has hyaluronic acid in it as well, so I think that's also why my skin likes it a lot. As I've gotten a little bit older, I noticed my skin is getting a little bit drier, mid-30s, so actually 39 now. Yesterday. We're shooting this in January, but you'll see this in March. Anyways, so the hyaluronic acid in this foundation is a huge plus for me too.
Next on the list is the Inika Certified Organic Concealer, and right off the bat, I personally was pretty disappointed. I know you were pretty disappointed in
It's okay.
in the shade range.
Yep.
I think it only comes in 4 different tones, which is very strange to me because the foundation has a beautiful shade range. It comes in, I think there's at least 10 or 11 different shades of powder and liquid foundation. So the fact that this only came in 4 shades was pretty disappointing. There wasn't anything for darker skin tones. So that's something that I would definitely recommend that Inika improves on. As far as the formulation, what did you think of this guy?
This is really good in terms of the formula for people who like just a very light sheer coverage. It's not going to give you that heavy, heavy,
like creamy,
buildable kind of coverage. It's sheer. It's meant to just blur out a little bit of darkness, lightly brighten the under eye. It does blend very easily, so it's very user friendly. It's not my first choice of concealer, but I mean, everyone's a little bit different, so I would say try it out if you want a lighter coverage.
Yeah, it also wasn't my favorite. It's really nice for brightening under the eyes, but yeah, this one was a bit of a miss for me personally.
Yeah. The next point we're going to touch on are the lip products. There's lipstick, gloss, there's like a lip serum, which is really nice, and also lip pencils. I liked a handful of the colors of the pencils and the lipsticks and the glosses. I personally prefer a gloss with a very light, if any, shimmer to it, but more without a shimmer.
Yeah, this one had quite a bit of, well, not too much, but it does have kind of that iridescent shimmer to it, which I don't wear all the time. I know that we both tend to like more of like a creamy satiny finish. Yeah. But what I did notice about all of these products is they're very hydrating. None of the products dried out my lips, which is awesome. I used this really light serum. It's a little bit different from using a lip balm because it's a little bit lighter. It doesn't leave that kind of like balmy finish on your lips. It kind of sinks in right away. So almost like a lip primer, I would use this as. And then we're both wearing the lip color that we have. This is called Pink Poppy.
Oh, actually, I didn't put that on.
She didn't put it on.
I have the lip serum on.
She has the lip serum on. So she has the lip serum on. I have Pink Poppy on. You can probably see that.
Yeah.
We can't.
And in terms of the lip pencils, as I mentioned, there's a few that I really liked. There's a couple colors that to me felt a little bit dated. I personally wouldn't put them on anybody. So again, it's one of those things you kind of have to go through yourself, try a couple shades, see what works for you, and yeah, pretty straightforward that way.
I was happy with the color ranges and all of the different products for the lip products. We want to know if you have tried Inika products and what your thoughts are. So if you've tried products, comment below, let us know what products you've tried, if you've loved them, if you haven't loved them. We would love your feedback, and you can message us on Instagram as well, right directly to our inbox.
DM us.
Typically, the first thing that people ask when they're inquiring about a brand is, how is their mascara? Because we find that this is a product that most people wear and love or hate. And I really like the brush from the Inika mascara. I find that it applies the product really well, and it separates the lashes nicely. It builds the product, it lengthens your lashes. But to be honest, I wasn't totally thrilled with the wearability of this mascara. I find that it does fall a little bit on me and I get those kind of black smudges. I didn't find that it, what's the word when it?
Flaky?
Flakes. Yeah, it didn't flake for me. Did it flake for you?
No, it did run a little bit on me too. I'm a bit of a greasy person in the T-zone. It seems to stick around on my eyes too, so there's only like a handful of mascaras that actually work on me that will last all day. Unfortunately, this wasn't one of them. But I do like the brush too.
Yeah. I still wear this product from time to time, and I really do like the way that it looks. But again, if you find that your eyes are very weepy, or you get really kind of greasy eyelids, or really oily underneath your eyes, it might not be your favorite mascara. So the next products that we want to talk about are bronzers, blushes, cheek colors, illuminators. Did I say bronzers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like bronzer. And they have quite a range of different types of products. So we have everything from cream highlighters to powder highlighters to little cream blushes and bronzing powders.
Duo eyeshadow, which is pretty too.
Did you get a powder blush? I don't think we got a powder blush. So, no, I don't think so either. What's that little guy? Loose eyeshadow.
Loose eyeshadow as well.
So there's quite a range of different products, depending if you like loose powders, if you like baked compacts. And I think my favorite product from this whole collection, or this category, would be these baked powders. They're really easy to use. They don't, like when you use your brush in them, they don't just puff up and fluff up everywhere like a lot of pressed powders do. They just tend to get really dusty, but I found that these were really beautiful and soft, easy to apply. My personal favorite was the Sun-Kissed bronzer out of all of them. What were your thoughts?
These are made in Italy. As Jacqueline mentioned, they're baked, and you can feel the quality when you're applying this product to your skin. And I think that also translates with the baked mineral powders for the face. It's a really beautiful, smooth formula. It blends really well. It doesn't get fluffy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you don't lose a lot of product when you're putting your brush into it. So I definitely vote for the baked mineral powders, bronzer, and highlighters for sure.
We also got like a little creamy highlighter, and then this creamy, I guess it's a lip and cheek color. This wasn't my favorite. I definitely prefer the universal creams from Elate to this. I also found that this was a little bit small. It's great for travel or your purse, but overall, this was only okay for me. The one thing I did like about this that people with oilier skin will like, it's a bit more of like a cream to powder finish rather than cream to cream on your skin. So you can use a brush and apply this, and it is just a bit more powdery finish, I guess you would want to say.
I really like the duo eyeshadow, the pressed eyeshadows. It's pretty user-friendly in terms of clients and customers if they wanted to purchase this product. And the color ranges are nice too. For me, a loose mineral eyeshadow, it's a little bit difficult to work with. It takes a little bit of extra care. The colors are very pretty, so it's if you know how to use them, I think you'd be happy with them. But if you're pretty clueless and not a very careful person, it can get a little bit messy. But yeah, the loose eyeshadows, I'm always a little hesitant on, just for ease.
I will say I don't keep loose eyeshadows in my kit anymore.
Ever.
It was a nightmare. I will say these are packaged really nicely, and it does feel like the lid goes on quite securely. This hasn't spilled yet, so I feel pretty confident that these containers are really secure. Same with the loose face powder.
The cool thing with the loose face powder actually is it has this little dial in the middle, so you can actually rotate it just to block off the little holes where your loose powder comes out for the foundation, the mineral foundation. So that definitely reduces your accidents in your makeup kit or your makeup bag.
Yeah,
that's genius, I think. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, so overall, I think there were some products in this category that we really loved, and there were some that we probably wouldn't repurchase if we were purchasing product for ourselves. So we did receive one brush from Inika, and it's the Kabuki brush, and I love this. It's
so nice.
Really, really nice, soft, full brush.
Vegan brush.
Vegan brush, really good for the face powders, the bronzer, the highlighter, blush. Like, I use this for everything, and then I just kind of will squeeze it to make it thinner if I want to do a little bit of contouring, or just leave it as is if I want to use it as a powder.
Ditto.
It's a good brush.
You said it. If you'd like to see more makeup reviews or brand reviews, you can check out our Inika Cosmetics review video.
It's pretty old.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
But it's good.
Yeah.
We really hope you enjoyed this video and feel that it was really helpful, especially if you're looking into the Inika Cosmetics line. This was not an ad. We weren't paid to do this. We were, however, provided the product to try and review and test out to see if we liked it. Do you have anything else to say? Or am I just stealing all the words?
I just blanked. To summarize our very top 3 out of all of those things we just talked about, our favorites were the foundation products, the hyaluronic acid primer, and
the pressed foundations.
Pressed
as well.
foundation. Yeah. Are you ready to make the switch to healthier beauty products? We're constantly curating our online shop with our favorite natural beauty products. We feel confident that you will love everything we have in the store. Visit thegreenbeautycollective.com to have a look for yourself.
If you enjoyed this video, please let us know by liking it, leaving a comment, and subscribing. We would also really appreciate it if you shared this with your friends and your family and your fellow natural beauty lovers.
And as always, we'll see you on Tuesday.